In this video, we review for test 2. Number 1. Determine the number by which both sides of the equation must be multiplied or divided as specified to obtain just x on the left side. So we have 3 over 2x equals 9. In order to isolate x, we need to multiply each side by the reciprocal of 3 over 2. The reciprocal of 3 over 2 is 2 over 3. So 2 over 3 is the number we are going to multiply, such that x can be isolated on the left. You don't have to solve the equation. All you need to do is to identify which number you need to multiply on both sides of the equation. Number 2. Solve the equation x plus 2 equals 1. How do we isolate x? Minus 2 from both sides. X equals 1 minus 2, negative 1. So the answer is negative 1. You could always plug in back to double check your proposed solution. If the number satisfies the equation, then the number is the correct answer. Number 3. For the equation negative 10x equals negative 2, how do we isolate the x? By dividing a number. Which number we need to divide by, such that x could be isolated on the left? Obviously, it's just a negative 10, right? We're going to divide both sides by negative 10. You don't have to solve. So read the problem carefully. You only need to find the value that you need to divide by in order to isolate x. So I have here, be aware you are not solving the equation, only identify the number. Number 4 is to solve the equation. The equation is pretty simple. Is negative x equals 4. The coefficient of x is negative 1. We divide both sides by negative 1. Negative 1 over negative 1 is 1, so we have x equals negative 4. 4 over negative 1 is negative 4, so the answer is negative 4. Solve the equation 3x plus 4x equals 42. Obviously, 3x and 4x are like terms. They can be combined as 7x. Divide both sides by 7. X is isolated. On the right, we have 6. So the answer is 6. Number 6, solve the equation. The variable in this equation is y. We have 8y plus 3 equals 2 plus 5y. Four terms in the equation. The pink and the yellow are like terms. Blue and the green are like terms. So we can apply the transposition of terms. We copy 8y. Move 5y over. So we get a negative 5y. Remember, every time you move one term from one side to the other side, you need to remember to change the sign in front of it. 2 stays. You bring 3 over, you have a negative 3. So what happened here is the pink term stays. Yellow term is moved to the left, so the sign becomes opposite. The blue term stays, remains the same. The green term change the sign and change the side, also change the sign. After we collect those like terms together, we can combine them. 8y minus 5y, 3y. 2 minus 3, negative 1. Divide both sides by 3, isolate the y on the left. You have a y equals negative 1 over 3. That's the answer. Number 7, solve the equation. The equation is 5 times parentheses x plus 3 equals 5x plus 15. We remove the parentheses by distributive property. Then we have 5x. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 3 is 15. So we have 5x plus 15 equals 5x plus 15. That is an identity. Make sure you see why is identity, because the left-hand side and right-hand side are exactly the same. Identity has infinitely many solutions. The solution set is all real. I know I'm going a bit fast, but you can always pause or repeat a part. Number 8, solve the equation. Distribute to get rid of the two parentheses. 5 times x, 5x. 5 times 2, 10. So we have 5x plus 10 minus 5x plus 10 equals 0. After you simplify the left-hand side, 5x, negative 5x cancel each other. 10 plus 10 is 20. You got a contradiction. 20 equals 0 is a contradiction. So the original equation is also a contradiction. Contradiction has no solution. Solution set is empty. Number 9, translate the sentence into an equation using the variable x. The product of a number and 5 is 10. Let's use x to be the number. The product of x and 5, x times 5 or 5 times x, is 10, so equals 10. So the equation is 5x equals 10. Number 10, the difference between two positive integers is 10. One integer is twice as great as the other. Find the integers. This is a word problem or application problem. We bring in variable x. We can let x be the smaller number. Actually, we actually don't know which number is smaller. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, if they have to be, okay, if they are positive, yes. If they are positive, we can let x be the positive, we can let x be the smaller number. Then the bigger number would be twice of x. Because it's given, one integer is twice as great as the other, right? So the other is x. Then the other, one integer twice as great as the other would be 2 times x. So now we have both of the two integers are written in terms of x. We need an equation in order to solve for x. The difference between the two numbers is 10. We know 2x is bigger, x is smaller. We use 2x minus x equals 10. That is the equation. Let's solve the equation for x. 2x minus x is x. X equals 10 is the solution. X equals 10 is the solution of the equation. We have to answer the question. The two integers would be 20 and 10. 20 and 10. Number 11, 20% of one number is 30. Let's say the number is x. 20% OF, remember we talked about this in the class. OF here means multiply. So 20% multiplied by x is 30. Solve this equation for x, then we will have the value of the number. 20% here, percent means per 100, every 100. So 20% is 20 over 100. Use your calculator, divide 20 by 100, you have a decimal 0.2. So the equation becomes 0.2x equals 30. Divide both sides by 0.2. You have x isolated on the left. On the right-hand side, you have 150. So the number is 150. Number 12, what is 55% of OF is multiply, remember? 200. Yeah, remember how do we convert the decimal? How do we convert a percentage to decimal? 55% is 55 per 100, every 100. Yeah, you move the decimal point to the left twice. Or you can use your calculator. Divide 55 by 100. You have the decimal, the corresponding decimal, 0.55. Multiply by 200, you get a 110. The number is 110. 110 is 55% of 200. Number 13 is a mixture problem. How many liters of 60% alcohol solution must be mixed with 70 liters of 90% solution to get a 70% solution? So you can see my diagram here. We bring in variable x, let x be the liters of 60% alcohol solution. So in the blue part, and we're gonna pour the x liters 60% solution with 70% liters and 90% solution into the jar here. X liters, 70 liters. So in a jar, we're gonna have x plus 70 liters. And we want the solution in the jar be 70%. The density is 70%. So let's see how do we set up the equation. Alcohol solution. So what's the amount of alcohol in the blue part? That is 60% times x, right? 60% times x. The amount of alcohol in the green part is 90% times 70. That's the same with the amount of alcohol in a jar. That is 70% multiplied by x plus 70 in the parentheses. So this is the equation. You can pause and repeat and try to figure out why the equation holds. 60% of OF means multiply. That's why we have a 60% times x, and we have a 90% times 70. Since in this equation, 60% x plus 90% 70 equals 70% times x plus 70. All the three parts have a percent. We are able to remove the percent from all the three parts. So this becomes 60 times x. And here we have 90 times 70. And here we have 70 times parentheses x plus 70. $60x, 90 times 70, 6,300. Right hand side distribute 70x plus 70 times 70, 4,900. We can move 70x over. We have 70x, 60x minus 70x. Move 6,300 over. We have a negative 6,300. Combine like terms. 60 minus 70, negative 10x. 4,900 minus 6,300 gives us negative, this is 14, yeah, negative 1,400. You divide both sides by negative 10. You have x isolated on the left. On the right, negative 1,400 divided by negative 10 gives you positive 140. All right, you can pause and repeat. I also have the detailed solution in the note already. So the amount of liters of 60% alcohol in the blue part is 140 liters. Number 14, multiply by power of 10. You multiply decimal by 100 is equivalent to move the decimal point to the right twice. So the answer is 2345.6. Number 15, multiply a decimal by 1,000 is equivalent to move the decimal point to the right 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 3 times. So the answer is 0.00123. Number 16, find the least common denominator of the two fractions. The two fractions have denominators 20 and 60. The least common multiple of the two numbers is 60. That's the special case number 1. Please don't forget that. So the least common denominator is 60. Super simple. Number 17, find the least common denominator of the fractions. The two fractions are 7 and 10. Least common denominator is the least common multiple of the two denominators. Since the two numbers are mutually prime, special case number 2, the least common multiple is their product. 7 times 10 gives you 70. This time is better because test 2 you are allowed to use a calculator. Hope you can do this better. Number 18, solve the equation. The equation has decimal coefficients. I use the transposition of terms to move this term over. No, my bad. Let's do that again. Sorry. I can use the transposition of terms to move these terms over to the other side. So what happened is I'm going to copy negative 2.2x. Move the negative 1.1x over, I have a positive 1.1x. And on the right hand side, I still have negative 22. To the left, we combine the like terms. Negative 2.2 plus 1.1 gives you negative 1.1x. Divide both sides by negative 1.1. Remember, you have a calculator. So x is isolated. Divide a negative by a negative, you have a positive. 22 divided by 1.1, use your calculator. You will have 20. The value of x is 20. Number 19, solve the equation. The equation has a fraction as coefficients. So one method here, let me see how many methods. Yeah, I only provide one method here. The one method is to remove the denominators at the beginning of the solution. Because the least common multiple of 3 and 4 is 12. Special case number 2, right? Mutually prime, they multiply together, gives you 12. You're going to multiply each single term in the equation by 12. Be clear, you have 4 terms, so all of them multiply by 12. 12 over 1 times 1 over 3, you get a 4. So you have 4x here. 12 times 7, 84. On the right-hand side, 12 over 1 times 1 over 4, 3x. 12 times 8, 96. Yeah, after this step, all the denominators are gone. You can just solve this pink equation as usual. You can subtract 3x from both sides, or you can use transposition of terms. Move 3x over, move negative 84 over. Yeah, just remember when you move one term from one side to the other side, you need to change the sign to the opposite. 4x minus 3x gives you x. 96 plus 84 is 180, yeah, 180. Number 20, solve the equation. The equation also has a coefficient, also has a fraction as coefficient. The two fractions have a denominator 3 and 9. Least common denominator 3 and 9. Least common multiple of 3 and 9 is 9. Special case number 1. So please don't forget what we learned from chapter 1. Multiply every single term. How many terms do we have? We have 3 terms in the equation. So all of them, each single of them, multiply by 9. Then the first term becomes 3x. Second term becomes 2x, actually negative 2x. And right-hand side becomes 45. 3x minus 2x gives you x. X equals 45. Number 20. Number 21. Write each inequality in interval notation and graph the interval on a number line. X bigger than negative 5. So graph first. Let's say here is negative 5. Bigger than negative 5, so we go to the right. This is one piece, so that is one interval. Left endpoint is negative 5. Right endpoint is a positive infinity. Use a comma to separate the two endpoints. Left-hand side, left endpoint, we use a parenthesis because the inequality is open because the -5 is not a part of the solution. Parentheses frame infinity as well. So this is an open interval. Number 22, x is less than or equal to 10. So we go to the left. At 10, we have a bracket because 10 is inside the interval. So we have a bracket. So the interval is -infinity, comma 10, left open, right close. Number 23, we graph this interval. Left endpoint is 0, open. Right endpoint is 6, close. 0, 6, left open, right close. Number 24, solve the inequality. The inequality is -5x less than or equal to 10. Divide both sides by -5. Very important to remember to flip the direction of the inequality symbol when we divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number. Super important. -5/-5, x is isolated. On the right-hand side, 10 divided by -5, we have -2. So in the real number line, we have a -2 right here. So we have a bracket, left closed, because -2 is a part of the solution. This is the interval, -2 to positive infinity, left closed, right open. Number 25. See how do we solve this inequality? We can simplify the left-hand side because we see -7x, -7x. Combine like terms, we have -14x plus 6. Right-hand side, we simplify, we have -20x plus 12. 10 plus 2 is 12, right? Okay. And then, let's see. You have -14x plus 6 less than -20x plus 12. Copy -14x. Move -20x over, you get a positive 20x. Copy 12. Move 6 over, you have a -6. Combine like terms. -14x plus 20x, you have 6x. 12 minus 6, 6. Divide both sides by 6. You do not flip the direction of the inequality symbol because 6 is positive. You have x is less than 1. This is the graph. The interval is from -infinity to 1, both open. At 1, you have open. Number 26, compound inequality. The compound inequality have 12 on the left, 3x in the middle, 30 on the right. We need to isolate x in the middle, so we divided all the 3 parts by 3. Do not flip the direction of the inequality symbol because 3 is positive. Then we will have 3 by itself in the middle. On the right, we have 10. On the left, we have 4. So 4 is the left end point of the interval. 10 is the right end point of the interval. We have less than here, so it's open. 4 is not a part of the solution set. We have less than or equal to, so 10 is included. So left open, right close. You can always pause and repeat the part. Feel free to email me if you have any question. Thank you for watching.